A lot of men have dating fatigue because when we voice our opinions, you just say it's stupid. Subscribe, let's talk about it.
Guys, a few weeks ago, I posted this video that was like, where are all the millennial men? Where are all the millennial single men? Because it's really hard to see millennial men like out in the open. And what I got back was, we're at home. Like, we've given up. And like, I just kind of like, I'm putting that into perspective because women just want men to be better. That's it. Like, I am looking for a man who is emotionally intelligent and who makes me feel safe. Those are the two biggest things, and who I am also physically attracted to, okay? That is what I am looking for. And I haven't been able to find the magic equation yet. It just hasn't happened. And I'm still out there. I've never had a partner. I'm 34 years old. I have my own mental health journey that I had to go through. I'm down 50 pounds, maybe 51 pounds at this point, maybe even more. I didn't get on the scale lately. But that being said, like, I can't imagine living a life where I just stop and give up. Like, I know I have never had a partner. I've never experienced love, and I've still had my heart broken, but I don't want to give up. And I can't imagine being stagnant and just being like, I'm just going to stay home at my mom's and play video games and have nothing to do with women. And like, it's not even like women said something like terrible. We asked to be treated equally. We asked to be treated with respect. And the response was, we just won't talk to you at all. And that black and white thinking, and like, what is that? That's like, it's like Darvo, deny, attack, reverse, victim, and offender. And it's like, oh no, women are the problem. Feminism is the problem. These are the things that I see in my comment section now. Like, when you water it down, it's like, women just asked for respect. Women asked to be considered human beings and not as these baby producing mothers that have to mother men. We don't want to mother men anymore. And like, I just remember watching my mom and her marriage suffer because my dad would add to the mess in the house. He did not clean up after himself. And she was so done with it because she was the only adult in the equation. I won't live that life. I won't go through that with a man. I won't do that. And me talking about how I want a man who's like emotionally available, emotionally aware. You know, I want a man who's just bringing as much to the table as I bring to the table. And men are just like, nah, fuck that. We asked you guys to be better. And your response was, I just won't date. And I think that's stupid.
I think it's a fair response when men are constantly kind of telling you about their experiences in dating, why they don't, why they're getting tired, why they don't feel like they're heard. And you then make it seem as if it's still their fault, or the way the dating game is. There's two of us involved. Yes, when you're making it seem, or you're just using it saying, well, women ask men to be better. You ask men to be better according to how you deem better. You want to be treated equals. Yeah, this is kind of how men treat each other. If I don't have any need to go out my way to look at you, talk to you, be around you, I'm not. I don't go out of my way to do something. I see you struggling with something outside. Unless you genuinely ask for my help, I'm going to leave you alone. That's kind of that equality that you're seeing now. When you don't see men helping you in the grocery store reach something at the top shelf, or help you put your bag on, into the cabin bin, like, or you're lifting something heavy. This is kind of how men just look at each other. You need something, you can always ask. If you ask that, you're probably 99% of the time going to receive something. This is just part of that equality part of it. But more importantly, when you make it seem like this response is somehow tied towards, this is us getting revenge, this is us being mean about it. No, we're just tired. We're tired of constantly hearing how we failed in every aspect of masculinity, how we don't do enough, how we don't make enough, how we're not emotionally intelligent enough, how we don't conform to how you want things to be. Yeah. For such a long time on this channel saying what you're going to see is people retreat when they feel as if the game is rigged against them. The only way to win is not to play. Men are taking a step back and say, all right, it's okay. You went with a couple of different assumptions. This is where you went wrong. You made the assumption that men wanted to be with you as much as you want to be with men. that they are clamoring and they want to be married. Some of us do. We want families, we want legacy. Yeah. But like the architect said in the Matrix, we're willing to accept lower forms of life. We're fine. If you're just going to say, we're going to go stay home at our mom and play video games. Okay. Right. This is not enough of an insult to get men up and to do what you want us to do. That's not how you motivate men. Bigger problem here is you don't really understand us, yet you still want us to do things the way you've deemed them to be. But when you do find those men that adhere to those things, right, then you have a large set of, subset of men that are left-leaning, that are self-proclaimed feminists, that do the things that have the emotional intelligence that you're so desperately craving for, yet you don't want them. There is a group that will adhere, that believes in everything you're saying. You don't want them. If you do, then and you don't know where to find them, then making content like this isn't going to help you find your tribe. Go to those men that believe your things, just like I said on the previous video. If you want to be celibate, then you got to go where other people are accepting of that. But when you put yourself in the larger dating pool and find that these men are saying, yeah, we're at home. When we say we're at home, we don't mean we're home playing video games per se. We're home with our projects. We're at home minding our business. We're at home going to the gym. We're at home reading. We're at home writing. We're at home doing all these other hobbies or all these other things that make us sort of happy. For such a long time, when you vilified men, and I'm not saying she was part of that conversation, but we went through that where you made us seem like we were not enough, that our attention for you was a detriment. A lot of men retreated because there was no winning. There was no way to say, hey, I don't do that. You're part of the problem if you say that. I've never, R-worded and never assaulted someone. You're part of the problem because you probably saw it happen and you didn't stop it. Okay. Like whenever you're having a conversation with someone that is just dead set on being upset, being angry, you don't try to keep chasing their emotion. You don't keep trying to bring them into the fold. You simply accept it and you say, yeah, you got it. You got it. I'm fine. Right? And whatever you need, you win. I don't care to continue this conversation because I'm not trying to change your mind. That's an impossible task. I'm trying to confront you with facts. You don't want to hear facts. You want to feel good about yourself. Okay. So what happens? Now you don't have the wherewithal to look, or the emotional intelligence or capacity to understand that you're 34 years old. You've never been in a serious relationship. You've never been with a man, yet it's still all the men's problems. You have the environment you grew up when you watch your father contribute to the mess in the house, and you watch your mom go through that. You say you don't want to go through that. Okay. No one's slamming you for that. You just also have to accept that whatever response you get from the large part of men, it's fair for them to have. You don't have to understand it. You don't have to agree with it. Just like we don't have to understand, or we don't agree with some of the stuff that takes that you're having. That's fine. As long as we don't disparage you, yeah, we're just gonna kind of move over here and do our own thing by ourselves. Whenever we see so much content, so many women saying, yo, you're done with dating, you don't want to live with men, having a boyfriend is embarrassing. What do you think happens? When most people get their cues and news and information from social media, what do you think happens when the messenger out here is telling men that they're bad, that they're useless, that they're awful? Men are just saying, okay. They're not going to flip it and say, well, I'm going to be awful. Now I'm going to be an offender. They're just going to say, I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to do my own thing. And even at that withdrawal, we're wrong. Even when we actually give you what you're saying, we're wrong. Even when we say, yo, I'm done with this, we're wrong. You gotta stop. You gotta stop. You're the only common denominator in all your relationships, or your lack of relationships. You gotta look at yourself and say, what is it about me that's not getting the things that I want? That's just a fundamental thing. You want us, you lost 50 pounds. Congratulations. You don't get credit for the journey. You get credit for the results at the end of it. Do you have the look that those men that you're looking for want? That's the first thing. That's always going to be man's first thing. But you want us to be more emotional. You want us to be more like a woman. Well, you can find men like that. Go talk to them. Go use whatever new expressions are in vogue. Go with them. They understand that. They live, breathe, sleep that. there's a large majority of men that just saying, I'm good. I'm good on that. The fact is, there was a study saying that what women are looking for is, men that uphold conservative values, but also feminist. Well, my boy likes to say all the time, you guys want ghosts, right? You guys want ghosts, and I just know he's a fictional character. Listen, if you disagree, let me know down in the comments below. If you see all the videos on your screen, check those out. Let me know your thoughts about those in those videos. And of course, if you listen to my voice now, you have not subscribed, I think you should. I'm just trying to build something dope. I'll see you in the next one.